Join me as we try local foods in different countries around the world. We're in Europe and we're trying traditional food in Greece, Poland, and Bulgaria.
That's really good.
This is World Food Tour. Greetings from Greece. I'll be heading into Athens for a food tour today, but first I'll have to get there. I am excited to try some authentic Greek cuisine and bring you along. Join me, we're gonna walk down to the bus station, catch our bus, and make our way to Athens. Seems like nearly everyone has a guard dog here, or two. I don't know if they're hostile or if they're just being protective, but some of them sound pretty mean. The bus stop is down on the main street, which takes about 15 minutes. So making my way down there, I've got the Athena ticket, which is good for 90 minutes. It's an hour-long bus ride and then a 10 to 15-minute train ride. All right, here we are, made it to the bus stop. Now just waiting for the bus. Right on schedule, 11:23 a.m. $62 stops. I could have hired a taxi through Uber and had a much quicker route. That's around 50 euros one way, so about 100 euros round trip. This round trip is about 3 euros, so a much more economical way to get around. Now we gotta go catch a quick train ride and then we'll be where we need to be. That train was a little crowded. All right, we're gonna make our way up. We're at Syntagma stop. And now I gotta go find the guide. Just exiting the train station now. I'm so excited to eat some food. I'm gonna do it like the Greeks do it, based upon my research. In the mornings, they skip breakfast or they have a small snack. I haven't had anything to eat since yesterday, so I'm excited to dig into some authentic Greek food today. But first, we gotta find the guide. So I mentioned the Greeks typically skip breakfast or they'll have a snack. I think this is one of the snacks that they'll eat. But then lunch is the big main meal of the day. And they usually wait until about 2 or 3 p.m. But then they have an extended lunch. It's usually between 2 and 3 hours long. Our tour today is gonna be about 3 hours, but we'll be walking from place to place, trying different types of foods. And then typically in the evening, around 9 or 10 p.m., they'll have some more to eat as a family, but that's usually more of a lighter meal. We've arrived at the square. This is our meeting point for our food tour today. I've got about a half an hour before our tour starts, so I'm gonna find some shade and just hang out until I can go look for my guide. This is the first food tour I've booked, hopefully the first of many. I've booked through getyourguide.com, and the tour operator today is Greekality. It had nearly 2,000 reviews with a 4.8 out of 5 stars, so I went with them. I'll leave a link down below if you're interested in doing the tour as well, and you can use getyourguide.com. It's about time for us to officially start our food tour for the day. I've seen a few small groups of people start to form, but this place stays pretty busy. The booking instructions say to look for your guide with a Greekality pin. So let's go see if we can find our guide. This lady has a pin on her shirt. There's a small group over here forming. Let's go see if we see Greekality anywhere. There she is, I see her. She's got the pin on. Hi, I'm Joey.
I'm Sophia.
Okay, our tour is about to start. Our wonderful guy, Sophia, has given us a brief introduction of what we're gonna be doing today. I am so excited for the end of the food tour today. She's told us that there is a special treat in store, and it's exclusive to here in Athens. It's one of my favorite desserts in all of the world, so I'm super excited for that. We're gonna be trying 5 different dishes today, so let's go. Our guy told us we'll be doing a lot of walking today, and it's pretty hot, so we're gonna try to stay in the shade where we can, but we'll be walking along the streets here in Athens. I'll try to show you guys around, but the main focus of the video today is the food. I think we're close to our first stop.
We just arrived on the first stop of the day to have the famous Greek pies. I've ordered for you 2 different variations. The first one is called spanakopita. Spanakopita is the most famous pie that you can find in Greece, with spinach and leafy greens and some crumbles of feta cheese. And after that we are trying the cheese pie, filled only with feta cheese, of course.
Our guide Sophia is going to be getting our food for us. We're going to be trying 2 different pies. This looks kind of like banitsa from Bulgaria, or maybe like burek from Turkey. It's like a flaky dough and some spinach and cheese on the inside. And I think after that, we're going to try a second pie that's filled just with feta cheese. Let's go.
This is the spanakopita. Grab a piece and I'll explain everything you know about that snack.
Oh, here we go. All right, let's dig in. She's going to tell us more about it here in just a minute, but I'm famished. Let's eat. Yeah, just like a banitsa. Really good, savory spanakopia.
Famous pie that you can find in Greece. And at this point, I have to tell you that Greeks absolutely love pie. For us, the pies are what the pizza is to the Italian people, and almost every household has at least one recipe that they are making quite often.
But it's crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. I don't know if we get more than this, but
Speaking about dough, I have to reveal something to you. What you just had, it's not actually pie. It's something that we call boughatsa. I want you to take a look here. Come close. Can you notice the difference between this one and this one? This is the thicker one, and this is a very thinner one. This is what we call choriatico filo. Choriatico translates into the dough of the village by a combination of flour and extra virgin olive oil.
all right, we were offered a second piece. I'm the only one that took it. Hopefully I don't regret that later because we're going to be eating a lot of food. But this is really good.
This is the one with the feta cheese.
Thank you. All right, let's try it.
So this is the filo. It actually translates to cheese.
That's really good. It's more crunchy on the outside. Let's learn some about it.
You like feta? The Greeks absolutely love feta. Take you to the next store.
Thank you.
Now we're going for the souvlaki, and I need
Oh, we're gonna go eat the
this is
souvlaki
what
now.
You can order. First of all, everything comes in a wrapped version with pita bread, French fries, tzatziki sauce. We know what tzatziki sauce is. Perfect. And you can choose what meat do you want to put inside. We have pork skewer, chicken skewer, the kebab. The kebab is minced with lamb and beef combination, and also we can order something vegetarian.
So this is cool. We're learning more about the foods. I can't record everything. The audio is not going to be great, but what we learned about feta cheese is it's the national cheese of Greece. Feta cheese can only be made from goat or sheep's milk. There can never be cow's milk used. So if there's cow's milk in cheese, it's not feta cheese. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. We've arrived at our next stop. She said it gets a little busy around this time, so we'll see how it is. I'm excited to eat some souvlaki. Let's go check it out. On our way here, Sophia was telling me that they do different tours. I'll leave some links in the description down below if you want to check those out. Sophia's placing our order, so I'm assuming we're going to sit here for a little while.
We usually order souvlaki and a beer. And also after a night out, when you're a little drunk and you need a snack to sober.
So with our souvlaki, we've got a couple of options. I'm going to have the beer.
Say yamas. Yamas means
Yamas.
our health. So let's go.
Yamas. Yamas.
We use the same Kali Orex.
Means bon appetit. Enjoy your meal.
Because we weren't really sure about what's inside the lamb kilos and also help to make what's going on in all over Europe. So we stopped consuming it.
Our food is coming. During our wait, we learned a lot about the history of the souvlaki and the difference between souvlaki and gyros. Very interesting tidbits of information, but we're ready to eat. Let's do this. Lemon beef? Yes, thank you. I got my souvlaki. It's the kebab with beef and lamb mix. We've got our pita bread, tomatoes, some onions. There are fries in there. She told us this is a sweet paprika that Greek people normally use and put on top, so I'm going to try that. I've never had it. Here we go. Let's dig in.
All the very important people of the ancient times were gathering together, the politicians and the philosophers to eat and drink also. And they would talk about the important stuff. Of course, they didn't have beer. This is a contemporary thing. They have wine.
That's delicious. The sweet paprika adds quite a bit of a taste to it.
And of course, in the symposium,
Tzatziki is really tasty.
So it was an opinion to go to
Oh, I'm pretty full from the souvlaki. It was really good. I finished it. I probably should have saved some room because we're coming here next to a pizza place. I don't know if we're doing just a tasting or if we each get to order some of our own pizza, but let's go have some more Greek food.
But I have to tell you about the Greek style pizza, that it's not like the Italian one you're used to, which is in a round shape with tomato sauce on top. It's actually in a boat shape. It's the name of the place, and here they are making the new age Spanish meat. They step on the tradition and they take it to the next level.
We're trying two different types of pizzas. Paneerly. It's like the ketchup that we had when we were in Georgia. Let's try this out. It's really hot.
The Kalamata ones. They are named Kalamata because they're being produced in the city of Kalamata.
It's all handmade from scratch. Let's try it. Bon appetit.
Top quality extra virgin olive oil. The 40% of the production.
There we go. Definitely got to get some cheese in there with it. Otherwise, it's kind of bland. The olives add some nice texture. The bread is like a big, thick crust pizza. That part's really good. It's not bad.
Yes. Okay. Now that's 3 things. Do you want to know?
So far, I would prefer a traditional pizza. We've been given a second option, which has some sausage and cheese. Some of the other ingredients aren't included, like the olives and tomatoes.
This is the suzuki. I need some minutes to connect history with food. This is not historical than the one that you're going to take in Acropolis, but I want to prove the point that the Greek culture and the Greek cuisine was very influenced by other cultures and mostly by the Turkish.
I was actually going to skip this one because I'm pretty full and we've still got a couple more things that we're going to try, especially the treat at the end, which I'm trying to save room for. But she just told us that this is inspired from Turkish tradition, and the meat actually comes from Cappadocia. So I'm going to try this just because of that. This sausage is a spicy sausage, and I really enjoyed the food while we were there. That sausage is really good. The other one looks more appetizing. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it, but I'm gonna go with this one because of that meat. That's actually really good. I'm really glad I tried that. Like I said, I wasn't going to, but because of the stories Sophia told me about, I just had to, and I'm glad that I did.
And also, that's the main reason why every street in that neighborhood is themed in a certain way. For example, a little further, it's a street called Kalamiol. You'll only see fabric stores, and there is another one with lamp stores, another one with doorknob stores, and it goes like that. Unfortunately, most of these stores didn't manage to survive the economic crisis that started here in Greece in 2010 because most of them were smaller family businesses and not the big chains like Zara takes them, so they shut down.
We're now passing through Commercial Triangle. We learned a little bit about the history, a little bit about the current economy. Now we're making our way to our next stop, which is a dessert, loukoumades. Never had it, but a couple people in the group say it's really good, so I'm excited to try it. Let's go try some loukoumades.
The name of the place, loukoumades, it's also the name of the dessert. And again, I have ordered 2 different kinds because I love to feed people. Today I'm like your Greek grandmothers, and you are my victims of the Greek hospitality.
All right, here it is. They're like little donuts.
You can see they are little doughy balls that are deep fried, traditionally served this way, with a drizzle of honey and cinnamon on top. But it's not uncommon to find them in other variations, with chocolate praline, with pistachio praline, with bueno, and here they are even making savory loukoumades. They fill those doughy balls with feta cheese inside.
Okay, the first one is honey and cinnamon. It's actually, the honey is dripping off of it. It's hot, let's try it.
Ah, yes. It's like, yeah. Maybe you're visiting this side. Also, for us, this
That's
is the
really
dessert
good.
of our
It's a hot,
childhood.
basically a hot donut covered in honey,
Celebrating.
sprinkled
We are organizing
with some cinnamon.
large festivals that are called panegyria.
That's pretty good.
Panegyria is the ultimate party of the summertime. The whole village or the whole island is celebrated. Put it on top of ice cream.
For our second one, it's just a pistachio cream. Apparently pistachio is big here, especially where this originated from. They eat pistachio and everything. I like pistachios themselves. I don't really like the flavor of it, but I like eating pistachios. Let's try it out.
Oh, I see. Oh, we did that one.
That's really interesting. It actually tastes like pistachio.
I thought so too.
But the texture is so different from a pistachio, my brain's confused. It's pretty good though. I like the honey and cinnamon better, however.
I can see why it's famous.
Well, that was good. I'm actually pretty stuffed, but we have one more stop, and it's my favorite dessert in all the world. So that's coming up next. First, we're gonna make our walk down this way. This is a beautiful view of the Acropolis. I would have never thought that this was a big dessert here, but apparently it is. However, this one has a twist. It is something that is only found here in Athens, so I'm excited to see what the twist is all about. I've never done a guided food tour before, but I like it. It's interesting. You get to learn a lot of information, not only about the food, but also about the history of the place that you're visiting. It's pretty cool. So if you are interested in doing the same thing, I'll leave a link down in the description below. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please leave a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Some of these streets get pretty crowded. I'm glad we have a guide. We're at Monastakari. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. Square. Monastakari Square. This is one of the most famous squares. Up behind it, there's the Acropolis. It is a beautiful place. Lots of stuff to do. There's restaurants, cafes, souvenirs. And then obviously you have to pass through this. If you're coming from where we just came from, you have to pass through this to get up to the Acropolis.
What happened? Where?
We're about to pass through our last neighborhood of the tour. This looks pretty neat. Let's go check it out.
Siri. Siri, it's a small neighborhood, and it's actually a district from the Monastiraki that we've been before. And Siri is the name that the Ottoman Turks gave to the people of the island of Psara that were settled in here and used to be the cobblers and the leather workers' neighborhood. So right now, Siri has a completely different character. It's a very vivid neighborhood, and it's known as the nightlife neighborhood.
So we're gonna pass through this neighborhood, City. It currently has a Halloween theme. That's awesome. That was neat. She said that they have different themes throughout the year. All right, so we've arrived at our last stop.
And we're going to have baklava combined with a very special ice cream that you can only find here. The ice cream kaimaki. And also this is the first sweet shop that opened in the neighborhood of Siri from 1997.
I'm probably going to leave here with some extra baklava and take some home for the kids and Nicole so they can have some as well. She said this one's served with ice cream. I've never had baklava and ice cream, but those are two of my favorite desserts, so I'm excited to try them both. It has arrived. Thank you so much.
And some ice
Some
cream.
baklava and some ice cream.
Perfect.
Oh my
You want
goodness.
ice cream? It's
Here we go.
amazing. So, let me explain, because you might be wondering what's the earthy thing that you are tasting. The earthy thing that you are tasting, it's the mastika. The thing that makes this a thing that we only have in Greece. Mastika, it's a resin, a sap that's coming from the mastic trees that are only growing in one island of Greece, in the island of Chios. Chios, it's close to the coast of Turkey.
Oh, so this is what they make the ice cream out of.
Yes, yes, yes.
Ah.
Not only the ice cream, also licorice, gums, and things like that.
It's
And I
time
also
to
want
try
show you a
the
picture.
baklava with ice cream.
This is the mastic tree. As I always say, it cries, and the resin, it's the tears.
This is something new. This is why I do this. This is to learn more about the food culture and the places that we visit around the world. Let's give it a shot.
First of
Wow,
all,
that
because
is
it
so
was a
interesting.
traditional dessert that I wanted you to try.
I haven't
and
decided
also
if I
because
like
it's
it yet.
Very nice digestive. And
So
also,
it is actually a thing. It's not just a trick that they say to you. It is actually.
Supposedly has some medicinal
yes,
properties.
It's very helpful. And also helps
Best
a lot
ice
with
cream,
stomach pain.
I guess.
Like that. Yes. They are also having
It's pretty
in the
good.
supermarket
If it was just eating the ice cream by itself, I wouldn't like it so much. It's healthy ice cream, so I'm gonna lean into it and enjoy it with the baklava.
And it's also very important to our economy since we have the monopoly of selling it. Imagine during the times of the Ottoman occupation in the island of Chios, where the trees are growing, if somebody was getting caught stealing the resin from the mastic tree, the penalty was execution by the order of the Sultan.
All right, our food tour has concluded. I'm gonna grab a couple extra pieces of baklava to take back with me so Nicole and the kids can enjoy some as well. Greetings from Gdansk, Poland, and welcome to World Food Tour, where we're trying local foods in different countries all around the world. I'm here at St. Dominic's Fair here in Gdansk. This is a fair that has been going on since the 1200s, and it's one of the top 10 events in all of Europe. I've got a few very specific Polish dishes that I wanna try out today, but I'm not sure if they're gonna have it here. So we're gonna walk around, see the different vendors, and see if we can find some traditional Polish food to try out today. I'm walking along the food street here at St. Dominic's Fair. There's food from all kinds of different countries, but there's also some local traditional food that we're gonna be looking for. I'm on the hunt for some pierogies. I haven't seen any yet, but later on we're gonna try some Polish desserts, and we're also gonna try some traditional Polish lunch, bigos. I'm excited to dig into that here in just a little bit.
Usually eat it when they go to Polish mountains.
To the Polish mountains. Okay, can I get one with bacon on it? And would you recommend putting some jam on it as well?
Yeah.
Oh, 10 złote, okay. Thank you. Unfortunately, no pierogi, but I did find this, and it's cheese wrapped in bacon with some jam. It looked appetizing. I haven't had anything to eat, and I wanted to showcase a little bit of something for breakfast, snacks throughout the day, lunch and or dinner for traditional foods here in Poland. There's so much good food here. My wife is Polish, although she was born in Germany and grew up in Germany. Her family heritage is Polish, so I'm very familiar with the Polish foods, and her mom is a great cook, so I've been indulging in the foods while I can. And since we're here at the St. Dominic's Fair today, I want to take advantage of the opportunity to try some new things, and this is something that I've not had before, so let's give it a try. So it's like a smoked fried cheese wrapped in bacon. It's pretty soft. Let's try it. It's almost like bread. It's quite chewy. Let's get some of the jam on it. Try it with the strawberry jam. I can definitely imagine whipping that up, cooking it in the mountains, and just enjoying it. It's really good. It's not a pierogi, but it is good. I enjoy it. I'll finish this off, and then we're gonna go find a snack. I just came across this stall which has lots of Turkish delights and Turkish sweets. We did 6 weeks in Turkey, and I'm missing baklava and Turkish delight, which we indulged in while we were there. I'm very tempted to get some while I'm here, but I'm gonna save all the space I can to enjoy the traditional Polish foods here. I'm across this stand, and it smells so good. There's candied popcorn, covered nuts. I don't know what all it is, but it smells amazing. Or another stand of Turkish sweets, Turkish delights, some burek. It is summer here in Poland, and we're in Gdansk, which is in the north of Poland, very near to the Baltic Sea. So fresh fish is big here. I'm gonna look for some fish as well. But it's a cool 70 degrees. It's nice to walk around and be outside. I'm gonna try one of these. They've got different toppings. You can do cinnamon, vanilla, coconut, nuts, different candies, Oreos. They also have Nutella. I'm gonna get some Nutella. All right, I've got my chimney cake. It's got nuts on the outside. She's spread all kinds of Nutella on the inside. I just gotta find a place to eat this now. I can't eat it all. All right, I found a spot to hang out for a few minutes. Let's dig into this. Oh, it's warm and crispy. There's like sugar on the outside of it. So it's sweet and nutty. And the Nutella. It's huge though. Look how big this is. It's ginormous. I can't eat all this right now, but pick on it for a bit. Here you can see all the nuts. I'm actually here with the family today, but they ate chicken nuggets and fries. Not something you guys would be interested in because this is a Polish food tour. But I want to share this with them. Oh, look at that. Just unwinds. It's a good afternoon snack. Ooh, that part's hot. Especially after indulging in some cheese and bacon with jam. All right, I'm gonna rip this off. Ate about half of it. It's pretty filling. I gotta save room for the rest of the food today. I'll save that for the kids and Nicole in just a little bit. It's really good. All right, now let's go get some bigos, which is like a stew with meat and onions and different spices in it. We'll eat that for lunch. This is pretty convenient because everything is right next to each other within walking distance. Whereas in other cities, I have to go from one restaurant to another. There's a lot of walking time in between. So this is pretty convenient just to be able to walk from stall to stall. This only happens once a year, which is pretty special. I'm glad that we are here when it's happening. It's been a lot of fun. Polish food. Hello. One bigos, please.
Okay.
Dziękuję. All right, this is the bigos. Very traditional Polish food. You can see it's got a mix of onions. There's cabbage, some meat in there. It's piping hot. She recommended eating with some bread, so I got a piece of bread as well. All right, it's cooled off a little bit. Don't want it to get too cold though. I think it's probably best served warm. Let's try out the bigos. It's still really hot. So it's really hot. There's some black pepper in there, cabbage. I can't taste anything because my tongue is burned right now. So let it cool off a little bit more. I'll dip some bread in it. So I mentioned it's 70 degrees. It's amazing here. The weather is incredible because we're up north and we're close to the Baltic Sea. It does get hot in the summer, but it doesn't get super hot like the other places we've been in India, and when we were in Bulgaria, it was even hot. But here it's been very, very pleasant. We have a beach day planned coming up. We're going to be exploring the city of Gdansk over on our Tiny Adventure channel. So if you want to see a walking tour of the city, you can stop there and check it out. Oh, it's so good. I see some carrots in there. There's all just a mishmash, like a goulash of things. Really good though. And hot. I'm gonna try to finish this. This will be my main meal of the day. I almost went out on that one. Got some sausage in there. Some bacon. This would have went well with the cheese from earlier, I think. Whew, that was pretty good. My stomach is pretty full now. I don't have much room for dessert at this point. I am gonna need to get something to drink. I would like to try something Polish, but I don't know exactly what they have at these places. We're gonna go take a look. That bigos was so hot, it actually burned a hole through the side of the bowl. It burned my mouth as well, but I'll get over that. Let's go enjoy some more food. Is this zapiekanka?
Fajda.
Oh, okay, it's different?
Yeah.
Hello, how are you? Do you have any Polish beer?
Yeah, we have Opocim. It's like one of the most famous Polish brands.
Perfect.
We have, right,
Yep.
Soda Lager.
One of those.
It's 16.
All right, thank you. Have a nice day. I've got a pint, it looks like. Okazam. Let's try it out. Wow, that's refreshing. It's pretty light. It's not a super heavy taste into it, but this will help me wash down the food that I just ate. We'll walk around a little bit more and check some things out. I'm looking for zapiekanka. I haven't found it yet, but that's something that I want to get while we're here. I'm not sure if they have it, but we will keep an eye out for it. They had something that looked like it, but I asked if it was zapiekanka, and she said no, it's cold, and zapiekanka is much longer. So we'll see if we can find it or not. Here are some sweets. Looks pretty good. Looking for zapiekanka. I've ventured over to the craft section. No sign of zapiekanka anywhere. One of these cafes or restaurants in the area probably has it somewhere. I'm going to continue sipping on this beer and walk around and enjoy the rest of the day here. Go find the family and give them some of this chimney cake. Today, we're in the heart of Sophia, Bulgaria, a city steeped in history, culture, and of course, incredible food. In this video, we're trying some traditional Bulgarian dishes. Think savory pastries, fermented drinks, and one of the best salads you'll ever taste. Cucumber, tomatoes, some onions. Join me as we explore the authentic taste of Bulgaria, right here in Sofia. Welcome to World Food Tour, where we are trying local foods in different countries from around the world. Today, I'm in Sofia, Bulgaria, which is the capital city, and I'm trying some traditional Bulgarian foods. My first stop is makitsa and coffee. I'm gonna be trying some makitsa for the very first time. I asked her recommendations from the chef, and she recommended that I go with something savory.
Pepper spread, feta cheese.
Pepper spread and feta cheese.
Yeah.
I'll try that.
Okay, here.
Yes, for here.
Drink.
I've heard of boza.
No,
You have or
Ayran.
ayran. I'll try ayran. That's very traditional Bulgarian, right? Okay. They have many different options. Apparently you can do jam or honey and walnuts, or they have Nutella and bananas. And I've also got a yogurt drink, which is ayran, which I'm familiar with because we just spent 6 weeks in Turkey and it was a popular drink there as well. Let's dig in and try it out. It looks like maybe feta cheese. I'm not sure exactly what kind of cheese is in there. I'm gonna take a drink of this first. It's not super thick, but it's thicker than milk. Let's see how it pairs with a makitsa. That's good. It's crunchy. Crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. Really good. You hear that crunch? This cafe is located right along a tram track, and there are shops on either side, which is cool. There's a view here looking out on the street, which is nice. The restaurant's empty at the moment. It's early afternoon, it's a little after 1 p.m. This is traditionally served for breakfast, but I wanted to try it because it's supposed to be so good, and it is good. As you can see, this is quite large. This is one of a few foods that I want to try here in Sofia today. The yogurt drink pairs really well with it. It's a fairly inexpensive meal. It's 6.30 lev. It's around $3.50 for the makitsa and the ayran yogurt drink. Can't be afraid to bite in and get those toppings all over your face. You can always clean up afterwards. It's better than a donut. Good stuff. This is a new YouTube channel, and if you're watching this video, thank you so much. I'm not sure how you found it, but YouTube thinks that you should watch it. We have another YouTube channel where we share our family adventures. I've started this new YouTube channel to highlight the food culture in the different places as we visit countries around the world. We just wrapped up a 6-week trip in Turkey. So if you're interested in family travel, you can head on over to our main YouTube channel, which is Our Tiny Adventure. And thank you so much for joining us today on this food tour. All right, that was a good meal to get us started off on. Next stop is a 15 to 20 minute walk away. So we're gonna get to see a little bit of the city. What we're trying next is banitsa, which is also traditionally eaten for breakfast or as a snack throughout the day. So let's go try it out. As I'm walking around the city here, something that's prominent on almost every building is graffiti. Nearly every building I've seen has been tagged in some way. As we were exploring yesterday, I noticed that there are wall murals all over the place, and apparently graffiti is a big thing here. They have graffiti battles. At least there was one back in 2021 where I guess local artists competed for who was the best graffiti artist, which is kind of cool. Out of all the countries we've been to over the last year, I would give Bulgaria, at least here in Sofia, a walkability score 10 out of 10. The drivers definitely adhere to the pedestrian right-of-ways on the crosswalks, which makes it safe. Passing by the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, I'm just following the directions Google gives me to make it to our next stop, which is, I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce this properly, Helibar. And if you're curious why I chose these places, it's pretty simple. I just asked ChatGPT to give me a food tour of the best traditional Bulgarian food here in Sofia, and I'm following the recommendations that it gave me. All right, I've made it to the next spot, Helibar. I wasn't sure if I was in the right spot because there's not really much signage on the building, but this place is much larger than what I had imagined, and they've got tons and tons of food here. It's like a little mini mart actually with a restaurant built in. They've got coffee, lots of succulent looking sweets and desserts, and then obviously the banitsa, which is what we're here for. There are several different options for the banitsa. I'm not sure which one's the best, so I'm gonna ask for another recommendation. I would like to try one of the banitsas. Which one would you recommend?
Spinach is my favorite, personally.
Cheese and spinach?
Yeah.
I'll try that then. I'm doing a food tour for Sofia, and I'm trying traditional Bulgarian foods. And this is supposedly traditional, so I want to try it out.
This is very traditional.
It
yeah.
is, okay. You don't think I'll like it?
No. It's a fermented drink.
Okay.
It's traditional, I don't like it.
I'll try it. Okay, next up, I asked for recommendations from the server, and she recommended her favorite, which is cheese and spinach. I must admit, I was expecting it to be warmer. I'm not sure if they're supposed to heat it up or not, but it's not extremely warm. But we're gonna try it out. It looks like there's cheese. I'm not sure if it's feta cheese or what type of cheese it is. I've heard feta cheese, serene, Bulgarian serene cheese, and spinach. Flaky on the outside, very soft on the inside. It's a little bland. The cheese has a good flavor. The spinach does add a bit to the mix. I wish it was warm. I'll go see if they can warm it up for me. All right, so they are warming it up for me, and then we're gonna try it out. Maybe that'll make it a little better. Now I've got it warmed up. It's actually piping hot, which I think will definitely change the experience and the flavor some. Let's try it out. Much better. The difference between a cold banitsa and a hot banitsa, a large margin. Like anything in life, if you want to change something, you gotta take action. And this just was a simple request to change the entire experience of this dish. That's good. A fun fact about banitsa, it's especially popular during the holidays around Christmas and New Year's because apparently people put like coins or Lucky Charms inside of them, which I found to be an interesting fact. If you're watching this and you are Bulgarian and you understand why they do that, let me know in the comments below. I've never heard of something like that. I'm gonna save some of this for later as well. Next up, we have boza. When I asked the server if they have boza, she proceeded to walk me over to the cooler and asked me if I'd ever had it before. After I told her no, she giggled a little bit and said, I don't think you're gonna like it. But it's a very traditional drink. It is fermented wheat or rice, something like that. It's supposed to have a very unique flavor to it. Let's try it out. Oh, there's actually ingredients in English here. Let's see. Ingredients: water, organic rye, 14% organic sugar. That's it. Okay, so it's rye and sugar. And there is a note on the side, shake well before use. I've seen some people, they're usually in a different bottle that I've seen, a red bottle, and there's some stuff on the bottom typically, so maybe they didn't shake it up well enough. So let's give it a shake. And now I think we're ready to give it a drink. Looks pretty thick. I was expecting more like the iron earlier. It is a little thick, but not super thick. Let's try this. That is very interesting. I've never had anything like that, but it's not terrible. It's kind of syrupy. It has sort of like a maple syrup taste to it, in my opinion. But I like it. I think I like it. Probably not gonna drink the whole thing right now because that will fill me up. It's very filling. It's thick. There are little pieces in it. You can see that on the bottle. But I do like it. I'm gonna go let her know and see what she says. She wasn't available when I went back in to let her know that I don't hate the boya. It isn't that bad. I've got my drink left. I've got my leftover makitsa, my leftover banitsa, And now we're gonna make our way over to another place that has more traditional Bulgarian food. This will be more of a lunch item. So far I've had more of the breakfast pastries or snacks throughout the day. I'm excited to try some traditional Bulgarian lunch next. Like I mentioned earlier, in preparation for this food tour, I used ChatGPT, and while ChatGPT has given me some good recommendations, I definitely need to confirm what the walking distance is from place to place, because our next stop was supposed to be within 10 minutes from Helibar, but according to Google Maps, it's a 35-minute walk, which was Made at Home restaurant, which had great reviews for what I want to try next, but instead I've looked up another restaurant, Raka Retita Bar or something like that. We'll head over there instead, which is a 10-minute walk away, and we'll try out the food there for lunch. My way to the next spot has brought me through this lovely park, Zakima Park or something like that. I'm not sure if I pronounced these words properly or not, but a nice little park. Looks like there's places for kids to run around and play, have a nice picnic or cool off on a warm summer's day. So this is where Google Maps has led me. I'm not sure if this is the right place or not. Pakima looks like the name of this restaurant, but let's see. Okay, this is it. I've arrived. I've confirmed with one of the servers. Let's pick a spot to sit. In the corner of the restaurant. Here we are, Raketa Rakia Bar. And what we're gonna try today is the shopska salad and tarator, which is a yogurt soup, chopped cucumbers, garlic dill, and walnuts. So far the foods I've tried today have been very filling and savory. I have saved some room though for the afternoon lunch. There is some construction taking place next door, so I do apologize for any of the noise interruptions. Unfortunately, we can't control everything at all times.
You should film how
Thank you.
I pour your rakia.
As my server was pouring the water, he said I should film how he pours Akia. He's gonna pour an Akia for me. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but let's find out. He's got some Bulgarian spirits for me now. This is called what?
Rakia.
Akia.
Rakia is the traditional Bulgarian drink.
Okay.
Bulgarian drink.
The national Bulgarian drink.
Rakia is made from a lot of fruits. Everything that has sugar can be made into rakia. This one is lighter because I don't think you have drunk rakia before. This one is made from plums. Traditional Bulgarian plums.
Plums.
Smell it.
Oh, okay.
It's honey plum rakia. So
Honey
we add,
plum.
Bee honey inside. Bee honey inside to lower the volume a bit. Lower the volume to make it sweeter and softer. I'll bring you some ice to put an ice cube inside to water it a little.
That'll water it down a bit.
Yes,
Okay.
to water it down. And the way you drink it is not like in the West.
Okay.
You don't drink it in shots. Rakia is the perfect sorcerer.
So he's explaining to me how you drink this. It isn't like a shot like you would do in the West or in the US. So
Western people drink it in shots after dinner, but this one you have to drink it with the food. After you sip a little bit.
sip it a little bit. Okay.
Then you poke tomato from the shopska salata with a little bit of cheese, with a little bit of cucumber, and then that's the rakia experience. Then you can feel the flavor.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Here's the shopska salad. Do I pronounce that properly? Shopska?
Shopska. Yes.
Okay. And then tartor?
Tarator.
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 All right. So you were mentioning pair the shopska salad.
But first we
With
have
the
to
drink.
season it. Give me a little. Give me a
I'm very impressed with this restaurant experience so far. He has given me the traditional Bulgarian spirit. I haven't tried it yet. And he's also going to show me how to eat the food, which is one of the things that I strive to provide on this channel. We spent quite a bit of time in India, and if you have watched any of our videos over in our India series on Our Tiny Adventure YouTube channel, you'll realize we had no idea how to eat the food in India, and no one took the time to really show us how to eat it. So one of the things I want to highlight is how to eat foods properly. So let's learn how to eat shopska salad.
Top 5.
Top 5 salad.
Worldwide. Top 1 in Bulgaria. Over there you have olive oil.
Olive oil, yes.
Traditionally in Bulgaria we use sunflower oil. The olive oil has a strong scent that changes the flavor of the salad. This only makes it sharper, you know. You do a generous amount of sunflower oil and a little bit of salt. That's how I eat it. Some people put wine vinegar inside, but that makes it so sour and I don't like it. Now mix it a bit and try it with the rakia. I'll bring you some ice.
All right, thank you. All right, you got my shopska salad. He said to give it a good mix. He gave sunflower oil and some salt. Let's mix this up. Shopska salad, top salad in all of Bulgaria and top 5 in the world, he said. So traditional salads that I'm used to have lots of lettuce, mostly lettuce. You might have some croutons or some eggs with peppers, cheese, and a variety of different toppings. This has no lettuce. This is cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, onions. Okay, so let's give this a try. And he said after you try that, sip on the spirit drink, which I don't remember the name of. Let's try it out. He's gonna bring some ice for that to water it down a bit. It is a little strong. I drank it with the food in my mouth. It definitely added to the flavor, a little much though. Let's try without. The onions and the peppers. Every bite adds to the flavor. Got a big green pepper here. That gives it a bit of a kick. The cheese is really good. There's a very distinct flavor of the cheese. Oh, that pepper, spicy. I like it. Big juicy pieces of tomato. Now that I've swallowed the food, let's try this again. Okay. That's how you're supposed to do it. After you eat the food, then you take a small sip. It cleans the palate. You're ready for your next experience of the szopska salad. Very light, very refreshing. Bite after bite. It's hard to stop. Full of flavor. So this is not quite what I was expecting. My mother-in-law, who is Polish, makes a, at least based on the description, similar dish, but this is totally different than what I imagined. It's yogurt, there's chopped cucumbers, garlic dill, and some walnuts crunched up in it. So this dish you eat like a soup?
Yeah, you eat it like a soup or you serve it in a glass and drink it.
Ah, okay, just like
I
a drink.
usually drink it.
So this I just use with a spoon and slurp it.
Did I give you a spoon?
Yes, I have one. Another one? Okay, thank you.
You can put some
Thank you. Sunflower oil?
sunflower oil and some salt. But
Like
no
we
taste,
like
no
we
taste.
season this.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We love our sunflower oil. And we never drink alone.
Never drink alone.
No, some people drink alone, but
They
we
do.
don't like to drink alone, so na zdrave. Na zdrave is what you call cheers.
Na zdravie. It's
way.
similar to Polish. Na zdravie.
Na zdrave.
Na zdravie.
Na zdrave means that you drink for health. You don't congratulate something like cheers.
Na zdravie.
You go one ice cube and stir it a little bit.
Thank you. How long have you worked here?
2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months, but you're familiar with the dishes?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Now I'm Bulgarian and I love food. I
Love food.
I love to cook.
Yeah. Awesome. I've been touring a couple of different places today trying traditional Bulgarian food. The place that was recommended for me was different than this, but it was a 30-minute walk. So I did a quick Google search to see what was nearby, and this one popped up for me. So I'm glad I stopped in.
After you finish your meal, I recommend to take a tour around the restaurant because this is not just an ordinary restaurant. This is a restaurant with a story. This is an old socialistic, communistic restaurant that was called Warsaw 40, 50 years ago. Then it closed. Our bosses made it the restaurant Raketa again 11 years ago. And it's like a museum of the socialistic culture. You can see the old communist furniture.
Some artifacts.
Yes, some artifacts.
Okay.
Artifacts is the right word.
And what was your name? I didn't get your name.
Philip.
Philip. I'm Joey.
Joey.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much. I'm from the U.S.
Yes.
Thank you. I have to say this has been the best experience so far of the food tour. Getting to interact with the locals. Philip, my server here, he's obviously Bulgarian and a local, lots of knowledge on the food. Let's dig into the rest of the food, shall we? I added some sunflower oil, which he said the Bulgarians love. I've always heard sunflower oil or general vegetable oils aren't healthy, but this isn't a health food channel. This is World Food Tour, and we're trying out local foods in different countries around the world. He said he typically just drinks this. It is very liquidy. Let's try it out. That is quite unique. Very similar to the iron that I had this morning, the yogurt drink, but it has cucumbers, dill. There are some crunched up walnuts in it as well. Very good, very light, refreshing, it's cold. You know what I'm gonna try? I'm gonna try to drizzle a little bit of the tartar over the shopska salad like a dressing. I don't know if this is common or if anyone else would have thought of this, but I'm gonna go for it. I think the tastes combined will be excellent. Delicious. Some more tomato, some more of the spice.
Joey, I got you some traditional Bulgarian bread for me. This one is delicious. This one we call it gypsy banica.
Gypsy banitsa.
You know what banica is? It's like the roll.
Yep, I've got some in my bag actually.
Yes.
So Philip has brought me what he described as gypsy banitsa. Banitsas are typically rolls. Gypsies are commonly known as poor people, but in the home you always have bread and sunflower oil with herbs. But this one is made with a twist, he said. It is actually made with olive oil. Pairs with the shopska salad and the tartar. Let's try it. This is really good. It's nothing like the banitsa that I just had, the roll banitsa with the cheese and the spinach. It's really good. If you know what Texas toast is, if you're familiar with Texas toast, it's thick. It's soaked in the olive oil with the herbs. It's very nice and freshly baked. It's very warm. Pairs very well. I'm glad he suggested that. That is really good. I think I was a bit ambitious with finishing everything. I am gonna get a couple of pieces of the bread to go and the rest of the tartar soup, but I did finish the shopska salad, which was excellent. This restaurant is very cool. I'm glad I found it. Service was top notch. Their museum is very cool to check out. It's very nice on the inside. They've got outdoor seating as well, and it's right across from this lovely park. The weather's starting to turn a bit. It's about to rain. This will conclude our World Food Tour here in Sophia, Bulgaria. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please hit the subscribe button, leave this video a like, and I'll see you on the next tour.